Hello YouTube! Today for Nerd Makeup we are going to do a Spider-Man spiderweb inspired eye with a wing. And I just thought I'd let you in a little bit on the story of how Spider-Man came to be. It's an idea that my stepdad gave me and I loved it, so I'm going to try to run with it. Leave your input on the bottom. I'd be more than happy. But the original Spider-Man was originally, his first appearance was in Amazing Fantasy number 15, and that started in August 1962, I believe, sometime in there. But he was originally the Amazing Spider-Man, and he was a orphaned teenager who was raised by his aunt and uncle, Aunt May and Uncle Ben, and Stan Lee really wanted him to be a character that the youth of the time could cling to and could understand better. He wanted him to be patriotic, he wanted him to be an average, everyday Joe. A lot of superheroes at the time, like Robin and things like that, and them were raised or taken care of by another superhero, and that's how they came to be. And unlike all of them, he was just an average, everyday Joe. He was strong. He was really strong. He had good reflexes. He was good in martial arts. And that's what the teenagers loved about him, and that's what he wanted him to be so badly. And it was because of him having no mentor, no other superhero that taught him, that's what made his saying of "with great power comes great responsibility" so amazing, and that's why so many people loved him, and that's what made him come to become so awesome. And unlike other superheroes of the time, he didn't have superpowers. He did have an invention that he created himself that sprayed the fake webs, and he had to refill them occasionally, and his only real superpowers was he could cling to the side of things like a spider. He was a little monkey, that's pretty much all he was. He was strong, he could cling to walls, he was intuitive, he could see things like a spider, I guess. He could see things before they happened. He was very intuitive, like if his enemy moved a certain way, he knew how to respond, and I loved it. And that's how Stan Lee came up with the idea of Spider-Man, and he wanted him to be extremely patriotic, and that's where the red and blue of his outfit came from. And yeah, so I love Spider-Man, so that's why we are doing this today. I hope you enjoy, and please leave your comments below, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Thank you. Bye. So what we're going to start with, once we got our foundation on, we're going to start with a red, and we're going to take that, and we're going to cover the eyelid. Don't go too heavy though. Alrighty. Then once we got our red on, now keep in mind Spider-Man was a very patriotic character, so we're going to go for the red, whites, and blues. That's what the original Amazing Spider-Man wore, was red, white, and blue, and you got to keep that in mind. A lot of people think Spider-Man and they think, oh, he's wearing an all-red outfit. No, it was red and blue and had white spiderwebs on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a blue, and that will be right up here and on the outer side. Just like that. Then we're going to take a little bit of black because I love my black. And we're gonna go just on the outside, just like that. We're not gonna do a V, but we are gonna darken it a little bit on the bottom. Just like that. And then we're going to blend it. And blend it out a little bit so that it comes out towards the outside of your eye. Need it a little bit darker over here. Kind of like you were doing a cat eye, only with eyeshadow. Okay. Then we're going to take very pretty navy blue, which is that middle one right there. We're going to take that, we're going to go under the eye, like that. Ow, I got eyeshadow on my eye. So that's that. That's that. Then we're going to take white and I got a very flaky powder white, so I'm just going to tap it a little bit. And that's going to go on the upper, right underneath our eyebrow, just for a nice highlight. Just like that. Then we're going to take a midnight blue right there. We're going to go in the crease a little bit more just to add some more, just a little bit more of a dark. I've said it before in my videos, I don't like really pale makeup. I like it to be a little bit darker. Just because I'm pale enough already and my makeup is so that it can add some color. However, I do recommend that if you're a little bit darker than me, not to use so much dark makeup, because then it just ends up making you look like shit. And usually one does not want to look like shit, so yeah. So like, as you can see, it's a little dark, but it blends nicely with the rest. Then we're going to take, this is going to be my favorite part, we're going to take a black and a silver eyeliner, and we're going to, of course, take our black first and go on the wet line. Just like that, and then go a little bit on the top as well, because it makes the eyes look bigger. I like to go in just the outside corner of the top of the eyelid. I don't like to go all the way across. About like midway, because it really makes the eyes look wider on the outside of it, and I got really small eyes, so I try to make them look as big as possible. Then we're going to continue with our black. I don't know why I put the cap on it. And we are going to start with our spider wing. Now you can do this on both sides. I'm only going to do it on one. But you take one line and you curve inwards towards the corner of your eye like that. Then you're going to take another line. It's going to be a little bit more straight, but it's still going to curve up a little bit. And then our last one is going to be curving down and up towards the eye. Just like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to little bit at a time. Just do little half crescent moons in between the lines, just like that. Now I only do 3, but you can always do more. I got a very thin face, so I can't fit very much of a spider web, but it gets the job done. And that is our spider web. Where did the lid go? Alrighty. Then we're going to take our silver, and we're going to just a little bit, just accent the black a little bit, so then it looks a little gray, and just accent the insides of the lines. It adds just a little bit of shine to it. Makes it kind of pretty. And that is our Spider-Man inspired makeup. You can always darken it a little bit if you like. I leave it a little light because, like I said, I'm pale. And I usually only do one side. I'll probably do the other side later, just when it matches and uneven. I kind of like the uneven because usually I wear a lip ring over here. And so it kind of balances out the funky and the weird. But that is that. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!